Hi, I'm Paul Ferguson, sports editor of Sunday Life. These are my top 30 Northern Ireland goals at Windsor Park. At 30, Northern Ireland were already well beaten by Norway when David Healey scored with this header in Laurie Sanchez's first game in charge. However, it was the fact Northern Ireland's long goalless drought had ended that was significant.
If the victory is beyond Northern Ireland, with this full house at Windsor Park would give for a Northern Ireland goal. Healy had a chance to supply one, but just couldn't take it. Gillespie, in goes the cross. Healy! Yes! At last! At last! The famine is over! After 13 games and 2 years since Steve Lomas scored in the friendly against Poland in Cyprus, Northern Ireland have put the ball in the nets, and what a reception that was getting. The smiles are back at Windsor Park, and his personal famine, David Healey, not in the last 14 games, his 9th international goal. Tall defenders, but he found the gap, the little man, and he finished it. A lovely moment.
At 29, the goal that never was. George Best was simply too clever and quick for Gordon Banks, and the England goalkeeper was ever so fortunate to be saved by the ref. George had studied Banks' kicks from hand and noticed he threw the ball up in the air. So George, when he got the chance, challenged Banks, won the ball, and then beat him in a race to score with a header. It was a ridiculous decision not to award the goal. It looked totally fair and legitimate. George's foot wasn't high, but the referee thought otherwise, much to the disgust of the Windsor Park faithful. At 28, this goal was all about desperation football. Northern Ireland, having fought a fierce battle for the entire 90 minutes, were determined to come away with a share of the spoils. 3-2 down, well into injury time, Northern Ireland were desperate for an equaliser. They even sent forward goalkeeper Roy Carroll. But Carroll was not the hero. That honour went to Stuart Elliott. After a long ball was sent into the box, James Quinn brilliantly headed the ball down for Elliott to stab home. Running at full steam, it took a huge amount of bravery as he collided with the Austrian keeper and ended up in the back of the net. A sensational finish to a great game. At 27, this goal will always come back to haunt former Celtic goalkeeper Arthur Burridge. An embarrassing air kick gifted Northern Ireland a third and vital goal.
Damien Johnson springs into action. Damien Johnson, he was unlucky. Oh, what a goal! And what a moment for Arthur Burridge. I did talk about the bubbly pitch. Who's getting the congratulations? A moment he hopes Windsor Park would open up and swallow. Oh, it's an own goal. It was backed by the skipper. Please look away now, Arthur Burridge. Unbelievable. 16 minutes into the second half. Poland are behind 3-1. Embarrassment wouldn't cover it.
At 26, on a bitterly cold night with the Windsor Park pitch rock hard, flying winger Ivan Sproule announced his arrival on the international stage in double quick time. In fact, it was only 77 seconds.
Looks for Quinn. He got a touch shot for Healey. It just wouldn't go down. Sproule! What a start! His first start for Northern Ireland, and after just 1 minute, he scores his first international goal. Northern Ireland 1-up. Laurie Sanchez said, "Did I miss that?" Some of the crowd still coming in may have done, but he will enjoy the moment. So did they. You can never script football. Fairy tale stuff for Ivan Sproule. He got one on the weekend as Hibs made their way into the semi-final of the Scottish Cup. Healy was almost in it, fell for Sproule, no danger, bottom corner. Pick that out, 1-0.
At 25, Northern Ireland tore the Republic defence to pieces with this goal, and it proved to be the match winner. After nice short passes, Sammy Nelson allowed Gerry Armstrong the freedom of Windsor Park.
On that occasion he scored. There's Sammy Nelson.
At 24, it was all about being in the right position at the right time for Sammy McIlroy. He had the easy task of heading the ball into a gaping net, but all the hard work had been down the wing.
Chance for McIlroy! Another goal for Northern Ireland!
At 23, Manchester United's wonder kid Jonny Evans has always been a top performer at the back for Northern Ireland, but he proved he is dangerous at set pieces during this match against Poland in a World Cup qualifier.
Northern Ireland have the corner. Craigan goes up there. Jonny Evans is in there as well. Gareth McCauley, they're all up. Oh, he's done it again. Jonny Evans gets his first international goal. And the 21-year-old is delighted. He's having a fantastic season at Manchester United. And this tops it off. 16th international. He hasn't scored. He has now. McCauley was in there. He got his first last season, Gareth McCauley. This time, the 21-year-old from Old Trafford was there. Great start of the second half for Northern Ireland. Great finish from the young man.
At 22, this is certainly not the greatest goal David Healey has ever scored. A scrappy, opportunist effort, but it kick-started Northern Ireland's fight back against the mighty Spanish.
But those defensive frailties have caught us out, and Mike Taylor, who was not long onto the pitch, had no chance. As on Saturday, he couldn't be blamed for any of the 3 goals. He could only stand and watch, really, as Xavi hammered a superb volley into the net. Lafferty doing so well in the air. They've let it bounce. This is poor. This is Healy. It's 1-1. Our first ever goal against Spain in Belfast. And David Healey, the main man, notches his 21st international goal to their delight. And his, Gerry.
Well, it's a mistake from Xavi Alonso. It was actually Kyle Lafferty that headed the ball down. And you watch and you see the replay, Jackie. Xavi Alonso lets the ball bounce, and then when he looks to head it back to his goalkeeper, there's Lafferty's contribution. Don't let the ball bounce in your area. Then he flicks it on. And the poacher eternal, David. Great goal.
Well, his last goal at home was a dream come true. We beat England 1-0 exactly a year ago tomorrow.
At 21, British pride came to the fore in this encounter. Neither side could qualify for the World Cup, but that didn't stop both sides from having a blood and thunder attitude. And Steve Davis scored his first international goal with a simple but hugely effective strike.
They feel their team are on the way back. James Collins, he seemed to be twitching a bit in the ground. I thought it might have been a dislocation or something. Oh, it's 2-2! Steve Davis, his international goal. He's got it at Windsor Park, and he's got it in a World Cup qualifier. Windsor Park goes crazy.
I'll tell you what, a game we're seeing first half, Jackie. That's another long ball, high ball into the box. Wales haven't dealt with it very well. You see it here. It's a long throw in. They haven't dealt with it, and there's Stephen just sniffing around. Right into the bottom right-hand corner. Great finish from Stephen.
And the keeper had no chance, totally onside-ed. In it goes. And the cop stand is on his feet.
And this has all happened after that injury. The centre half's off the pitch, and they're just about to replace him now with number 17 for Wales.
At 20, this was a vital goal to keep Northern Ireland's Euro 2008 hopes alive going into the final game against Spain in Gran Canaria. They were only faint hopes, but at least there was hope, thanks to Warren Feeney.
Oh, the Danes get it away now. Brunt. Plenty of men in green in the middle. It's not a bad ball. It's there. It's Feeney. Warren Feeney, his third international goal. It's 1-1. It's his first of this campaign. It's his first in the European Championships, and it's his third at Windsor Park. And don't those fans know it? John.
Oh, just absolutely what we needed. You know, a lovely cross in. We've been slagging them all night, but this is a brilliant cross in and a great header by Warren Feeney. You know, the keeper's coming, he's been caught in no man's land, but you know, we've criticised him all night, but this is the type of ball we wanted into the box. You know, and lovely header. Lovely header. I mean, he saw the goalkeeper, you know, and the centre half coming to him. He kept his eye on the ball. Brilliant finish.
Awful ball for defenders and goalkeepers to cope with. They didn't cope with it. Feeney was there. Northern Ireland back in business. The dream lives on.
At 19, Latvia were a tough nut to crack. Hugely physical and technically gifted, the Latvians frustrated Northern Ireland. But then David Healey showed his true class to make something out of nothing.
Pahars, who was known as the Latvian McIlroy, such was his pace and his finishing. Healy, how's that for finishing? 1-0, the talisman does it again. Great time to get a goal, and Northern Ireland are in front. David Healy's 24th international goal. 3 against Spain here in the last home match. They are pleased, Billy, so's he.
Jackie, what can you say about that goal? It came from absolutely nothing. He was the only front man up there. Keith Gillespie helped the ball on. He flicked it over to the defender. Goalkeeper came out, through his legs, a great finish. A goal out of nothing, but only David Healey can score those.
It is amazing. He has now got 4 in the European Championships, 7 in the World Cup, 13 friendlies, a total of 24. Little flick of the head, a little flick of the foot. How's that? It's 1-0.
Amazing goal. Amazing goal.
At 18, David Healey has enjoyed many great nights at Windsor Park, but this one will live long in the memory. His first ever Northern Ireland goal at the famous South Belfast venue.
Whitley, here he comes again, full of running is Jeff Whitley. Nice little shimmy. That's a very clever ball. The flag stays down. Something on here for Healey. It's 1-0. Can you believe it? Right at the end of this first half, his first goal at Windsor Park. And they enjoyed it. So did he.
What a cool finish, and he does that again. He holds his run and holds his run. Wonderful slip pass from Jeff Whitley, and he takes it like a veteran. It's a great goal. Jeff does ever so well. Lovely ball in behind. Look at David Healey. Looks up, checks the keeper, takes his time. Lovely slot straight through the keeper's legs.
Can you believe it? Lovely ball from Whitley. And this young man, what a way to celebrate 21st birthday earlier this month. 4 goals in 4 international appearances. Can you believe it?
At 17, this goal is living proof that chasing after lost causes is worth the effort. Against Portugal, the ball was heading for a goal kick, but Terry Cochrane chased the ball down, much to the delight of big Gerry Armstrong. At 16, Billy Hamilton will be forever thought of as the man who set up Gerry Armstrong for the winner against Spain in the 1982 World Cup finals. But he also scored his fair share of decent goals for Northern Ireland.
Hamilton, what a scramble on the goal line. It's in.
At 15, this goal is more about significance than actual beauty. Northern Ireland needed to win against Slovenia, who had already beaten them in Maribor, to keep alive their hopes of qualifying for the World Cup in South Africa. Warren Feeney had excelled against Poland a few days earlier and therefore was kept in the starting lineup. He rewarded manager Nigel Worthington for keeping faith in him with the winning goal. Feeney did well to get in front of his marker for the cross from Sammy Klingen, and then his header was perfectly directed. It was as though time stood still as the ball slowly made its way into the net. The genuine relief and delight is etched on each of the players' faces. At 14, this goal came straight from the training ground to the big stage against Spain.
We have 9 men around the box. Klingen takes the corners, takes the free kicks. All the big men are off in the back.
The Spanish were stunned. A well-worked goal that proves practice does make perfect. The shock upset was on.
They are going wild.
This is superb. Have a look at this. Fabulous strike from David Healey. 22nd goal, international goal in Northern Ireland. It's 2-2.
At 13, Grant McCann has made a habit of scoring exceptional goals during his club career, but this time he produced a little bit of magic for his country. A really well-worked move that led to a fantastic goal.
McCann. Davis threads it through Healy. Grant McCann! Great finish! Second international goal for Grant McCann just before the break. Is he pleased? First in the World Cup and his first goal at home. The man who came back last Saturday against Slovenia after being absent in exile for 13 months. And what a finish that was. Good build-up, great layoff. Hey, tremendous finish. I think you'll see a lovely little touch here. Good ball from Davis, lovely touch from Healy. And he buries it, doesn't he? 2-0 just before the break.
At 12, this was yet another gem from hotshot David Healey. But a great deal of thanks must first go to Stephen Craigan for stealing possession, and then to Damien Johnson, whose run from his own half, an inch-perfect cross, allowed him to tuck the ball away in typical Healey fashion.
Healey! 2-1! This is amazing! Northern Ireland's lethal weapon has struck again. Look at those fans, they can hardly believe it, he can't believe it, and I think we can't believe it. John, you take over, I'll take another tablet here.
I was just looking at Damien Johnson going down the right hand side, Jackie, and all the play was to the left, and I thought he should have switched it, but as soon as the ball left his foot, you could see David making a steal in front of Nielsen, and what a deft little touch. The goalkeeper's absolutely no chance here. This is another brilliant finish.
Are you watching Dennis Wise?
Well, there's talk as well, Jackie, that Walter Smith is in the stands as well, you know, so I mean, certainly there's got to be people who've got to sit up and take notice of this guy now. What a brilliant touch this is, a little deft touch, and the keeper's got absolutely no chance.
At 11, Northern Ireland and boss Laurie Sanchez were under immense pressure to record a victory against Minnows Azerbaijan before the huge clash against England. So step up, free kick master Stuart Elliott.
Far top corner, 5 men on the wall. James Quinn makes it 6. Craigan makes it 7. Stuart Elliott. Yep. It's taken a deflection as soon as Stuart Elliott. Can you believe it? It's 1-0. Somersault from the man who gets his 4th international goal. Oh, are they pleased or what? Absolute delight on the terraces. It's his 3rd World Cup goal. He got one against Austria here. That was his last one last October.
Before we take a look at the top 10, let's review 30 through to 11. At 30, David Healey ended the long goal drought against Norway in 2004. At 29, George Best, the goal that never was against England in 1971. At 28, the last-minute equaliser for Stuart Elliott against Austria in 2004. At 27, it was the Arthur Burridge horror show in 2009. At 26, Ivan Sprule's big break on the international stage came against Estonia in 2006. At 25, Gerry Armstrong beat the Republic with a well-taken header in 1979. At 24, Sammy McIlroy was on target against Sweden in 1980. At 23, Jonny Evans scored his first international goal against Poland in 2009. At 22, David Healey's first of 3 goals against Spain in 2006. At 21, Steve Davis was a proud man to net for Northern Ireland against Wales in 2005. At 20, Warren Feeney set Northern Ireland on their way against Denmark in 2007. At 19, David Healey's deft touch was enough to beat Latvia in 2006. At 18, David Healey scored his first international goal at Windsor Park against Yugoslavia in 2000. At 17, Gerry Armstrong took full advantage of Terry Cochrane chasing a lost cause to score against Portugal in 1981. At 16, Billy Hamilton scored a great goal against Austria in 1983. At 15, Warren Feeney's glancing header saw off Slovenia in 2009. At 14, the second of David Healey's goals against Spain in 2006. Straight from the training ground. At 13, a little bit of magic from Grant McCann to unlock San Marino in 2008. At 12, David Healey's winner against Sweden in 2007. And at 11, a Beckham-esque free kick from Stuart Elliott against Azerbaijan in 2005. At 10, this game will always be remembered for George Best destroying the Scots with his mazy runs and tremendous trickery. Poor Scotland fullback Tommy Gemmell had nightmares about facing George for years to come. It wasn't George though who scored the winning goal, but Coventry City's Dave Clements.
Won't commit himself against this fellow Best now. Oh, a great chance for Clements! A goal!
At 9, Norman Whiteside was a huge star for Northern Ireland and Manchester United in the 80s. Here, Big Norman shows his tremendous ability in the air.
McClelland looking for Whiteside. Yes, Whiteside scores. 45 minutes up on the watch as Norman Whiteside scores his 5th goal for Northern Ireland. John McClelland supplying the cross, Whiteside evading his marker and placing the ball wide of their hand.
At 8, Jimmy Nicholl didn't score many goals, but this one was sublime. He was given an opportunity to rush forward, and he made sure he made the most of his chance.
To Nicholl, Jimmy Nicholl, shot, it's in!
At 7, James Quinn didn't score many goals in his Northern Ireland career, but this one he will treasure for a lifetime. He unleashed an unstoppable thunderbolt into the top corner. It set Northern Ireland on their way to an unexpected 3-0 win over Belgium.
Not so good that time, and that was Verheyen with the clearing header. That was Horlock, Lomas, Quinn. Oh, he's done well, James Quinn. He can hit it here. Oh, he did! Wonderful goal! And they're on their feet. 13 minutes gone, unlucky for some, but not for Quinn. What a finish, and what a first international goal. What a way to get it. De Wilde, no chance. There's the strength. The little jink inside, and the minute he hit it, it was in that net. Wonderful.
At 6, the Republic were in the running to qualify for the World Cup finals in America, but standing in their way were bitter rivals Northern Ireland. In a tense and heated battle played on a blustery night, Jimmy Quinn scored a magnificent goal to give Billy Bingham's men the lead.
South, they're all wanting the right result to take their country through to their second World Cup finals. Dowie, Kevin Wilson, Quinn! Oh yes! And what a goal by Jimmy Quinn! And below me, the Republic of Ireland bench is silent, but not the fans. Tommy Wright joins in the celebrations. And what a man, Jimmy Quinn, and he'll be absolutely delighted. His swan song, and the substitution worked. Dowie got it across. Kevin Wilson, and how's that for a finish?
At 5, this was the first part of a double for Northern Ireland as they overcame mighty West Germany twice in the European Championship qualifiers. Ian Stewart's strike from the edge of the area was outstanding. It left the Germans stunned.
Will they try one? And he scored! Ian Stewart has done the trick for Northern Ireland. A debut goal for the young Queen's Park Rangers striker.
At 4, Peter Schmeichel may not have known exactly who David Healey was before this match. Well, David thought he would introduce himself in fine style. The swerve and power on the ball was simply amazing, as the Danish defenders backed away and Schmeichel was shell-shocked.
What a finish! And Northern Ireland are in front. Can you believe it? His 5th international goal on this, his 6th appearance.
And I think George Best said before the game he's liable to do something special, and he's absolutely proved right. Absolutely wonderful strike. I'm not sure there's a slight deflection on it, but Schmeichel doesn't even move.
38 minutes gone. I said a rare chance to face goal, and my goodness, he found the target. Great finish.
If you'd see that from behind the goal, I think that's got 2 or 3 yards of swerve, and he hits that like a real paced whip ball. What a goal.
At 3, the icing on the cake against a quality Spanish side that went on to win the European Championships, followed by the World Cup earlier this year. The Spanish superstars simply had no answer or couldn't stop the ultra-confident David Healey. A magnificent goal to round off a fantastic hat-trick against one of the greatest sides in the world. The fans loved every minute of it as Northern Ireland held out for a famous win.
Here's Healey. He's looking for 3 goals. He's got them! What a finish! What a night for Northern Ireland, and what a night for David Healey. He can't believe it. The first hat-trick at home in 35 years. George Best got the last one in the European Championships. Those fans cannot believe it. Healey's first international treble. He's had a couple of doubles. He scored 2 in his debut. He scored 2 in Trinidad to break the goal-scoring record of Colin Clark. And tonight, against a team ranked 7th in the world, he's got his first international hat-trick. Pick it out.
Jackie, it's a fabulous goal. Fabulous. He's so aware of everything around him. A mistake, they've let it bounce again. He's on it in a flash, and he's a fantastic finisher. He's one of the best finishers I've ever seen, and that's a superb goal. What a hat-trick.
They are pleased. What a finish. Absolutely delightful. Absolutely thrilling. This is a repeat of the dream we lived against England exactly a year ago.
At 2, one of the greatest nights in the history of Northern Ireland football.
Makes England up 13-0. Tonight they can't get one. Here's Davis. Oh, he's on the side. Healey for Northern Ireland. Real chance. And he scored. Oh, what a moment for Northern Ireland. David Healey scores their first goal against England for 25 years. Laurie Sanchez's team in the lead. And Belfast and Windsor Park has gone crazy.
The English, who had wiped the floor with us at Old Trafford 6 months before their visit to Windsor, had more or less qualified for the World Cup finals in Germany. And with Sven-Göran Eriksson selecting a top side, which included the likes of David Beckham, Wayne Rooney, Michael Owen, Frank Lampard and Steven Gerrard, they expected this match to be a formality. But they hadn't taken into account the deadly David Healey, and what a fantastic finisher he is. Windsor Park erupted and started a week-long party, but it's not my top Windsor Park goal. Before I reveal my top goal at Windsor Park of all time, let's have another look at the top 10. At 10, George Best was the star of the show, but Dave Clements scored the only goal against Scotland in 1967. At 9, Norman Whiteside shows his power in the air by scoring against Turkey in 1985. At 8, Jimmy Nicholl scored a goal to remember against Sweden in 1980. At 7, the best goal James Quinn has ever scored came against Belgium in 1997. At 6, a wonderful strike from Jimmy Quinn gave Northern Ireland the lead against the Republic in 1993. At 5, Ian Stewart's powerful shot stunned the West Germans in 1982. At 4, a goal David Healey will always be proud of, beating Peter Schmeichel in 2000. At 3, the third, final and match-winning goal against Spain in 2006. At 2, that goal against England in 2005, never to be forgotten. At number 1, in my opinion, the greatest ever goal scored at Windsor Park. Taking into account the conditions, the fact it was win or bust for Northern Ireland, the breathtaking skill, and for Healey to beat the European Championship goal record, this is my number 1. It even eclipses the goal against England and the hat-trick over Spain.
So Jorgensen coming off. He's missed 5 internationals in this campaign because of injury. He's only come back. This is his comeback, so obviously running out of a bit of steam. And it's a second cap only for Simon Busk-Poulsen. Now, Healey, he's allowed to turn. He's chipped it. It's brilliant! Yes! It is brilliant! Absolutely magnificent finish. And it's a bit of European history for David Healey. His 13th European goal in this campaign. No one has ever scored 13 in a qualifying campaign before. It just gets better and better. The magic continues. They can't believe it, we can't believe it, but Northern Ireland, once again, they were 1 down. Feeney brought us back to 1-1, and the little magician, how's this for something else out of his box of tricks? Sorensen left stranded, the Danes deflated.
Unbelievable, Jackie. I mean, we've been saying get him in the box, get him in the box, and when we get him in the box, look at this, is a class goal. And our producer's been screaming all night, you know, Healey has to score, and everybody's been waiting at him. What a goal. Absolutely beautiful chip. To perfection.